Mr. Pia, say, Ukwano, and then Sunday, when I'm a sure sanka, you buy a bit to me. The Ababa sim, and him, Ukwano still a problem kakra on tea. Sure, you to me, can yaka. Nti Usha, ye be eguha. Na a form no yakakra. Na ye didn't yaka na bana, ya bet transfer win at the Akoka, the Awono. They see me video way now. Let me dia send be ya obi say bia na say bia ya sheda ye boy your homodi na wo ha no say gravel no be hia na ye bo mu no kama no be 2 trips na eja o dia top wo ha no kakra kama na ene die etimi aboa you talk a bit me because see am say na aye on see no say o de car rawe mu car no betim betim nti we hia ebi ananka ebi ago on gate na nti na no dia edi ba kan be kai nti yigu ha enenso ye no ye yegu ha nti ne ewo plot no so no ene ni we na etumi dia akọ so far nti no ye di esio no ye we ya ye di we mu bekọ wa be sisa we mu dia akọ kan na ye complete we share esio no se dia ha na ye no kanya se omodi we no ku fili ha ka chance crab da ho na nka nsuo na fa ho akwase ho na nka ha na ye we ka crab ba omodi we no ku gu ho na se omodi a camping nsuo no mu ndi aba ha no mo side jaji se ye topu we no kakra ansa you want to say a bit free because ocean entrance na o entrance ni ebi adua ne da no ntumi fa kan ko tumi de abotre se onya abotre kakra ye bi akode blocks no ebi a ye de akono na egu ono ene ni on blocks a ye de akọ nti se nyame ya adom na isu no fi ho a ebetumi abafa we mu e de akọka we ho na ye de ni aka na be ka ho okay ni aye ni aja that's it mesen ni so de ama na wo hu se me ye ni ametimi ba ahane na enye nti ya me supply ni nyina that's it.
So that was Mr. Kwete for you sharing some of the challenges we have whilst we're doing our delivery, especially in the raining season. Mr. Kwete is our supplier that we use mostly on our channel. So if you need blocks, you need cement, stone, sand for your construction, Mr. Kwete is the guy. You can get in touch with him. That is his number on the screen. And then, like I said in my previous video, he also goes on site to check what is happening. If you want him to kind of look around what is happening, whether they are asking for the right materials, whether they are using the materials, because we've had experience where some artisans will be asking for building materials, but they will ask you to deliver it at a different site, right? I mean, people are getting ripped off, right? Someone would just ask an artisan to ask for this quantity of materials, but they will add more to it, and then they will be taking some of it to a different site, because they have multiple projects that they are working on. So they have so many things. So Mr. Kwete sometimes goes to the site to look at it, that hey, whether the things that they are requiring for is what they really need, right? So that's just, by the way, today's video is just to create an awareness for those that will be buying land during the dry season. I mean, like from November to, let's say, March, which I shared in my family house project, episode 7. If you haven't seen it, you go to my playlist, you see it. But before I get into, today's video, I mean, this is not to scare anybody from buying, land. I mean, we can build on any type of land, whether it is a waterlog, whether it's on the sea, mountain. It's possible to build on it. But, my focus here is that you have to know that it will cost you more if you are not building on a flat land, or if you are building on a waterlogged land. It will cost you more, right? And it is not just about your foundation or your building, but sometimes the road leading to your land, there are difficulties getting materials to your land, meaning you have to fix the road yourself, right? And maybe your neighbors might not be there to support you, right? As you can see here, you can see that there's not so much neighbors to the left and right. So if this owner is trying to move in a year, meaning he has to spend that money to fix the road, and this is additional cost, right? So that's why I'm just creating this awareness. So don't be scared that it's not good to buy land in a waterlogged area or something, right? But I just want you to know that people are selling their lands, right, because they didn't do their checks well. It's not with documentation. I mean, some of this land, the documentation is clean, it's registered, right? But the thing is that they cannot build on it because it's going to cost them so much money because of the nature of the land. So they are selling those land during the dry season. And if you don't know, maybe you are not ready to pay that extra money, to fix the road and to kind of put up a high foundation and fill your compound. Sometimes the money to fix that issue can even buy you another land, right? So I'm just trying to let people know and be aware so that you won't be a victim, right? So please, beside doing the paperwork, the due diligence with the land documentation, you also have to look at what is on the ground, right? Look at the land, the nature of the land, what kind of weeds is growing there. You can also go with an engineer or an architect who knows about land, and they can advise you whether to go on with the purchase or not. Wish I could share some of this footage, of this situation. Some of our clients that have bought land in those areas, they were not aware of it. It rained, and I mean, they cannot even get into their house. But I do respect the privacy of our clients, so I'm not allowed to put it out there at the moment. So please just be careful. And I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent on my channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Look, do we?